Unclaimed college funds. Why? Because people fail to apply for FAFSA. All right. So if the money is out there and people are not applying for it, it just sits there unclaimed. All right. It sits unclaimed. Okay. So make sure you apply for that. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes over here. I appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. Okay. So make sure that you apply for FAFSA. Okay. Somebody in the chat box say, apply for FAFSA. Hey! Hey, what's going on? What's going on Facebook? What's going on YouTube? What's going on Instagram? Listen, like always, I start off every video and with a really cool statement. It's a statement of faith. It's a declaration. And the statement is this: this will be my best school year ever. Yes, this will be my best school year ever. Listen, if you believe that, go ahead and type that in the chat box there, wherever you may be watching, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or my own personal Facebook page. Yes, type it in there. This will be my best school year ever. Let me know there in the chat box. So, thank you. Yes, this will be my best school year ever. I appreciate it. This will be my best school year ever. What's going on, Real Life After Sports? Is that time, JC? Welcome. So last night, if you were not here, I did a deep dive on the top 10 apps. Yes, the top 10 mobile apps that you can use, whether you are a student or a parent, to locate college scholarships. All right. So if you're on the great interweb somewhere, you can go back to my previous video last night, YouTube there. Facebook, you can see it there. Instagram, it's on there as well too. And we talked about some of the mobile apps that you can go to, even the search engines that you can go to be able to lock down and locate college scholarships, right? People often ask me, so Kantis, why are you so passionate about it? Well, I'm so passionate about it is because I get phone calls and emails about the college funding process. Had somebody the other day call me and was like, hey, Kantis, I need $25,000. I need $25,000. I'm like, okay, you need $25,000. And I simply said to them, I said, hey, make sure you jump on these lives. Make sure you go to all the videos on my website. Make sure you also get access to a workshop that I have ongoing. It breaks down the 9 college funding. It's like a roadmap, step by step. It's 9 steps. All right. If you go over to KantisSimmons.com/workshop, get access to that. All right. Access to just those 9 steps. And I believe as you go through each one of those steps, it's going to put you on a better path to locking down all the funds you need for college. All right. So KantisSimmons.com/workshop. If you're taking notes, I want you to start off with this. Somewhere in the notes, somebody can type it in the chat box. All right, here is it. Here it is. If you don't have money for college, your job should be to look for money for college. Yeah, if you don't have all the money you need for college, make it your #1 priority to locate the money you need for college. Why do I say that? Because I was so blessed to be in school 25 years. My mother birthed me out and she took me straight to the nursery, dropped me off there. 5 years in pre-K, 7 years in elementary school, 4 years in college from Norfolk State University, 2 years at Lehigh University where I got a Master's of Science degree in Polymer Science and Engineering, and then 2 more years in grad school at Georgia Tech Textile and Fiber Engineering. And guess what? All of that again on scholarships. Now, why is that so important? It's important because I've done it and I've helped other families and students do the same thing. And I don't want you paying for a college education or degree 5, 10, 20 years after you've completed the degree. All right. So if you don't have money for college, listen, the #1 thing I recommend you to do is to locate money for college. What's going on, Tommy? What's going on, Sharon? What's going on, the Warren Buffett of people? I love it. Awesome. So tonight, what I want to do two things. Number one, I want to talk about um, how much college costs, right? Where the money goes, where the money comes from. And then I want to talk about 7.25 things that you can do to land college scholarships to really nail them down, right? After you locate them, some things that you can do to nail them down, okay? Why do I say 7.25? Of course, I'm the coolest guy with 7.25 fingers, right? So if you would, in the chat box, let me know here, also on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, let me know what schools are you seriously interested in going to, whether it's yourself, whether it's your son or your daughter, whether maybe you may be in college already. Let me know what school that you're seriously interested in going into. And yeah, let me know. Let me know there in the chat box. All right, let me know there in the chat box. You know, I had a few people last night were interested in like FAMU and Hampton and a lot of the HBCUs. I went to Norfolk State as an HBCU. But let me know there in the chat box, what schools are you interested in? All right, what schools you're interested in? And also, I'm going to show you here and pull up my slides here to identify, to show you the exact where the money is going. All right, talk about the cost of college and where that money is going. Okay. My son is going to Clemson University for genetics. I love it, Russell. Clemson was one of my favorite schools growing up. I love passing their campus. Thank you. Karen says, my daughter is interested in Rutgers University in Jersey. I'm completing my master's at GCU. What's GCU, Karen? What do those initials stand for? What is GCU? What is GCU? What is GCU? All right. What else we have here? University of Maryland, College Park, North Carolina A&T. My sister actually went to North Carolina A&T. If you ever need any help or any love where A&T is concerned, hey, let me know there. I can hook you up with my sister. She actually went there for undergrad as well as grad school. Thank you, Bill, for being on. Colette says she's, here you go, Colette. Pratt University, Syracuse, Cornell, University of San Francisco, Howard. I love it. What schools are going on too over here on Instagram here? Norfolk State. Oh, really? Alumni? Okay. Cool. Shout it out. Karen says for forensic science, Grand Canyon University. Love it. Colette said that's my son. Okay, cool. Your son is interested in Pratt University, Syracuse, Cornell, University of San Francisco, Howard. I love it. All right. So if you've never ever taken the time to know where the money is coming from, or where the money reside, let me go ahead and give you. Let's talk about the cost of college. All right. I just want you guys to know these numbers so you're not ignorant, okay, of the process. All right. So let's talk about the cost of college. All right. And I'll break more of this down in my workshop as well as in my college funding course. All right, let's talk about tuition, right? That's a phrase that we hear all the time, tuition. Tuition is what colleges charge for the actual classes they provide. All right? So if you're taking 5 classes or 10 classes or 7 classes, whatever it may be, that's part of tuition, the actual cost of the class. All right, colleges charge tuition by the units that make up an academic year, such as a semester or a quarter. All right, so if you're in school, you are in there for a semester, all of those classes, you're paying for them, and that's called tuition. The next thing is fees. What are the fees? Colleges charge fees for services. All right, these fees may include the library, campus transportation, student government, athletic facilities, all the things that go on the college campus, that's wrapped into fees. Okay. Now, I even know in certain schools, if you don't want to maybe participate in athletic facilities, whatever, hey, they can waive that. But a lot of times it's just tied into the overall cost of tuition and fees. All right. So in 2020, 2021, this was the total cost of tuition and fees. All right. For public school, about $9,687 for a public school in state. Out of state, $25,620 for public schools out of state. All right. Now, why am I showing this? I'm showing this because when you want to weigh the cost of college, there are some huge benefits by going to a school in your state. All right. Just something to consider. Now, if you're looking at a private school in 2020, 2021, the tuition and fees on average is about $35,087. Okay. So about $9,600 for public school in state, $25,000 for a public school out of state, and about $35,000 for a private school. All right. Private school. Here we go. Let's talk about the next aspect, tuition and fees. Somebody says, what's up, Brandon? I said, you came to my school a long time ago. The school was Barack Obama. Yes, you came to my school 4 years ago. Now I'm in the 8th grade. Welcome, Brandon. I'm glad you're here, man. Yeah, that was 4 years ago. You're in the 8th grade now. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So let's jump into housing and meals, right? So we got tuition and fees, housing and meals. So you have to what? You got to eat, right? You got to eat. Or your students have to eat. What does that cost? It's about $10,000. Matter of fact, you got to, let's say it this way. You have housing, like room and board, and you have meals. So this goes in not only to the food, but where you lay your head. About $10,440 for a 4-year public school. Okay. And then it's about $11,890 for a private school. Okay. That's housing and meals, books and supplies, right? Books and school supplies, required reading material, books, the cost of computers, computer accessories, all those things go into play. What's going on, Tyler, over here? What's going on, Erica? What's going on, Janae? What's going on, Kimberly? All right. So for books and school supplies, it's about $1,250. All right. About $1,220 for a public and private school. Not big of difference, but you should know this. Okay. When you're looking at scholarships or you need money for school, hey, you say, you know what? I got this $500 scholarship or this $1,000 scholarship, or my grandmother or my church or somebody's going to give money. You can know where you could put that money towards. All right. Personal and transportation expenses. Yeah. Let's say if you want to get around on campus, let's say maybe you got to wear clothes, entertainment. It's about $3,270 at a public school and about $2,730 at a private college. Something else to take into consideration, right? And a lot of these fees or the expenses may not just go into the school itself, but these things go into you living at school, right? You going through school. You got to have clothes. You got to have somewhere to lay your head. You have to have somewhere to eat, all right? Now, if we add everything up, just on average, $25,620 for tuition and fees, $10,440 for room and board, $1,250 for books and supplies, $3,270 for personal transportation. The total cost is about $41,000. That's on average, $41,000. All right. So as you're watching this, let me know in the chat box, if you can be real with me, all right? How much of the $41,000 do you already have, okay? If you know that number or estimate, hey, let me know there in the chat box, all right? Let me know there in the chat box, all right? It's about $41,000 per year. How much money do you currently already have to pay the tuition bill, to pay the college expenses, to pay the room and board, all right? If you don't have all of the $41,000, I want to give you some inside scoop tonight. All right, give you some inside scoop. Here we go. Boom. A simple equation. How you pay for college, GM plus OM plus YM is how you pay for college. Yes, it's a simple equation. GM plus OM plus YM is how you pay for college, right? So it is the government's money plus other people's money plus your money. All right. Thank you, Miss Karen. She says, how much money do you make off of YouTube? I don't make any much. I don't make any money off YouTube. You got to have a lot of views and stuff to make it off of YouTube. All right. Like millions. All right. But to pay for college, hey, I got a strategy for you. GM plus OM plus YM. All right. The government's money plus other people's money plus your money. All right. GM, the government's money plus other people's money plus your money. The government's money. The most important thing that you can do is to apply for FAFSA. All right. Is to apply for FAFSA. What's FAFSA? FAFSA is the free application of federal student aid. Okay. This is a simple free application that you go through the process of. I think it takes about 21 minutes. You can do it online, where you go in to give all of the information about your current income situation. And basically, you want to show that you have need for the funds. And then now you use this FAFSA information. It's connected with the government, and the government will let you know what other resources, scholarships, grants are out there just for you. All right. My recommendation is that you apply for FAFSA every single semester, every single year in which you need the money. Okay. Every single year in which you need the money. If your parents make $35,000 a day, every single year in which you need the money, apply for FAFSA. Okay. So that's the government's money. Now, let me just say this. There's about $2.7 billion of unclaimed college funds. All right. Why? Unclaimed college funds. Why? Because people failed to apply for FAFSA. All right. So if the money is out there and people are not applying for it, it just sits there unclaimed. All right. It sits unclaimed. Okay. So make sure you apply for that. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the likes over here. I appreciate that. Appreciate that so much. Okay. So make sure that you apply for FAFSA. Okay. Somebody in the chat box say, apply for FAFSA. Okay. Somebody in the chat box, FAFSA, FAFSA, apply for FAFSA. Okay. So that's GM plus OM plus YM. Now what's OM? OM is other people's money. Okay. Other people's money. Other people's money that you don't have to pay back. Other people's money that you do have to pay back. Okay. Other people's money that you don't have to pay back is called scholarships. Okay. In grad school, they call them fellowships. Other people's money that you don't have to pay back in the form of grants, or maybe even in the form of work study. Okay. That's money that you don't have to pay back. All right. Miss Karen says here, she says, did that already for fall semester. The schools have yet to send me their info. Awesome. So Miss Karen, the schools won't send you the info. You will actually get the info inside of your FAFSA application. It should be a response. Okay. Miss Arletha says, we applied for the FAFSA, but they said our 2019 funds made us not eligible for my son to get financial aid to go to NSU. I'm working on an appeal though. Yes. If you go to, I think it's on my workshop, Miss Arletha, it's probably in the workshop, even in my course, College Paid in Full, where I break down 10 different ways that you can maximize your financial aid. All right. Yes. Go in to do an appeal, call, even talk to a financial analyst on some things that you can do to move some things around. I have some videos maybe on YouTube or also on my website to break down some things that you can do there. All right. If you feel like the FAFSA form was incorrect, hey, you can definitely appeal that. Okay. You can definitely appeal that. Yes. If you feel like the amount doesn't add up. Now it's a ratio, right? It's a ratio that they go into look at all the different factors. You may have the factors wrong in some cases. There are different things that you can do legally, okay, to prove that. All right. So if you go to my website, my blog, KANTISSIMMONS.com/blog, I'll talk about some myths and ways that you can maximize your financial aid. All right. Cool. Check that out. All right. So GM plus OM plus YM. What is YM? YM is your money. YM is your money. All right. Your investments, your savings, anything that you've laid up, you can also use your money. All right. So GM, the government's money, plus OM, plus other people's money, plus YM. Thank you, Brandon. Appreciate you, sir. Let's stay in contact. All right. Cool. So I'm gonna give you some things now. Last night we talked about some places that you can look to locate scholarships. Okay. Tonight I want to talk about when you look at scholarships or find scholarships. Here are some things that you can do to nail these scholarships down. All right. More of this is in my College Paid in Full program. Again, if you haven't got access to my workshop, it breaks down the 9 steps you go through to, come up with the college funding process. All right. Just go to KANTISSIMMONS.com/workshop. KANTISSIMMONS/workshop. All right. Cool. On social medias, everything is Kantis Simmons. Instagram, Kantis Simmons. Facebook, Kantis Simmons. YouTube, Kantis Simmons. All right. Here we go. So let's jump down to funding. All right. Cool. Your money. I love it, Miss Karen, which is true. Right. She says a lot of people don't have living paycheck to paycheck. You're absolutely right. This is why I go through the process of talking about how to nail down scholarships so you're in the right place. All right, here we go. Here's a few things you can do to nail down scholarships. After you locate the scholarships, number 1, I need you to fill out the applications, right? Fill out the applications. It's amazing to me that people will have access to scholarships and they will not fill out the applications, right? I know a few months ago, it was like billions of dollars in the lottery, right? Honestly, I would have never won the lottery. Why? Because I didn't play a lottery ticket. So you can't win the lottery if you don't buy a lottery ticket. You can't get a scholarship if you don't fill out the application. So number 1, if you're going to nail down college scholarships, guess what? You're going to have to nail down and fill out the applications. What's up, Tawanda? How you doing? What's up, Fly Youngin? What's up, my friend Shima? That's not a Shima. All these Instagram names. Shima Flow. All right. So number 1, make sure you fill out the application. Right? If you don't fill out the application, you can never get the scholarship. Right? If you have a scholarship application in front of you and it's just sitting there, look at it as money or an opportunity for money sitting right there on your desk or on your computer, and you don't fill it out. All right? So that's number 1. Number 2, increase your marketability. Be different and be memorable. Now, let's just keep it real, right? When you have a scholarship application or access to a scholarship to apply for, you are not the only person applying for that scholarship. So what do you have to do? You have to almost see yourself as marketing yourself for this scholarship. Okay? So if you're going to market yourself for this scholarship, you're going to have to stand out. Okay? You're going to have to stand out. What can you do? Increase your marketability. Be different. Be memorable. Not only on the application, but also on the essay. Okay? So if you want to stand out, you got to see yourself as, I'm marketing myself to get another school, to get another organization, to get another funding firm to invest in my education. Okay? People only want to rock with people that they can endorse. So, number 2, increase your marketability. All right? Increase your marketability. Here's number 3. Share your story. What's up, Brianna? What's up, Andrea Ferguson? All right? Maybe Breon. All right? Number 3, share your story. Let them see the real you. Now, a lot of college applications, as well as scholarship applications, they make it mandatory for you to submit an essay. Okay? when you have the opportunity to apply for a college as well as apply for a scholarship and you have essays there, make sure you share your story. Yeah, share your story. Let them see the real you. Also, let them see the real you if you've had a situation in school where your grades were not so good. And maybe your low grades was due to something that you was experiencing in life. Maybe it was the death of a loved one. Or maybe you had some challenges in the home with your mom and your dad. Or maybe there was a sickness involved. Maybe there was something going on that distracted you. Okay? Well, let them see the real you, but also let them see the real you, how you bounce back. Okay? So share the story, let them see the real you, which also leads me, and let me say this too. Real people are reading, guess what? They are reading your essays. So if real people are reading your essays, guess what? They want to see the real you. That's why I say, if you had something going on, maybe 1 year or something, or one semester, maybe grandmother died, right? Maybe your grandmother who was your best mama, right? And that semester where she transitioned, you lost focus. But in your essays, talk about what you learned from mama, right? And how mama said this and mama said that. And because of mama, you now want to go to college or get a degree or go into a certain career field. Share that story. Don't leave the story down low, but lift the story up, right? To such a point now of what you want to do and why they should invest in you. All right. So that's the third thing to help you nail down the scholarships. Number 4, diversify your interest. Okay. Diversify your interest. Now here's what I mean. What's up, Lady B52? What's up, Matter Boy? You matter today. Thank you. I appreciate that statement. You matter today. I love it. Diversify your interest. What's up, Andrea? Let me quit saying all right. Diversify your interest. Look outside the box. Now, sometimes you or your student, your son or your daughter may want to go to school in one thing, but if you're going to diversify your interest, you can make a slight adjustment to apply for another scholarship and it still works. Okay. Let's say, for example, you want to go into business administration. All right. And so you're looking for business administration scholarships and you never, ever considered looking for a economic scholarship or a math scholarship, right? For example, you may want to go into biology. Diversify a little bit. Look to see if there's any medicine scholarships or STEM scholarships or life science scholarships, okay? Diversify your interest a little bit. Maybe you want to go into music production, but you can diversify and also, apply for scholarships in arts. Okay. So number 4, diversify your interests. Look outside the box. Think outside the box. Number 5, to nail down some scholarships, listen, don't get bogged down with the recommendations and the essay portion of this. What do I mean? Recycle and reuse. Recycle and reuse your information, right? Recycle and reuse. What's up, LaDon? I appreciate it. She says great information. Thank you. Make sure you guys share this with a friend if you haven't already. Hit share somewhere. Yeah, make sure you share this with somebody, with your families. I know it's tempting sometimes not to share this with anybody else. I get it, right? But if you know somebody that need this, definitely make sure you share this with them. All right. Number 5, yes, recycle and reuse. Here's what I mean. If a teacher or a mentor is writing a recommendation for you, don't just have that mentor write one recommendation and you know you have college applications and some college scholarships to apply for. Let them know what you're applying for, right? And they can take that essay or that recommendation and they could draft that recommendation for the scholarship A, scholarship B, scholarship C, as well as the college applications. Okay? Versus trying to overwork them to get them to write all these recommendations. What's up, my man, Alex? Thank you, sir. Alex says this is fire. Fire. Appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Andrea says, makes sense. I appreciate it. Angela Kelly says, nice. All right. Yes. Recycle those things. Listen, teachers, your leaders, your mentors, they are busy. They are jam-packed. So if you come to them asking for a recommendation, come prepared. Let them know, hey, I'm interested in applying for this scholarship, this scholarship, this scholarship. Could you take your recommendations and make sure they go to those scholarships, right? Now, in some cases, and still a lot of cases, I'm gonna use this as an example, a teacher or the person that's recommending you, they will put their recommendation letter in an envelope, and then they will have to mail it off to the school or the organization that has the scholarship. If that's the case, you make sure you give them the stamps. You make sure you give them the envelopes. You make sure you give them everything they need. Now, if it's an online recommendation, you make sure you give them the right links. You give them the right places and what to do. Spell it out for them. Now they can take that one document, make the adjustments, and recycle that thing, reuse it, and have it send off to where it needs to go. All right? So number 5 there, make sure you recycle and reuse. Here's number 6. And if at all possible, get those grades up. Okay? Get those grades up. Get those grades up. Listen, Colette says this is great information. Thank you, my Miss Colette. I appreciate it. Okay, make sure you guys use it. I appreciate the comments, but more so I appreciate if you use the information and get results. And of course, let me know. All right, let me know over at KANTISSIMMONS.com. So number 6 there is to get those grades up. No one wants to buy an ugly truck. Yeah, get those grades up. I say, get those grades up. If you're in your senior year, do what needs to be done to get those grades up. If you are a sophomore or junior watching this, get those grades up. Yes, Miss Angela. Just go over to my workshop, KANTISSIMMONS.com/workshop. We have a lot of this over there with the PDFs and downloads. And Miss Angela, there's a full course that I have, break all of this down and the worksheets and everything at collegepaidinfull.com. All right, collegepaidinfull.com. So here's what I want you to do. Get those grades up. Number 6. Number 7, if and when you have the opportunity to do an interview, let your light shine. Yes, bring your personality and passion to the interview. What am I saying? If you have the opportunity to stand in front of the decision maker, bring them your personality. Let your light shine. Show them why they should invest in you. Yeah, show them why they should invest in you. Don't go in there all down. Don't go in there all depressed, stressed out, and worried. But this is an opportunity for you to meet the decision maker or somebody close to the decision maker. So bring your unique self, right? You come there best dressed, feeling your best, wearing your best clothes, bringing your personality, right? Your best professional personality, and let your light shine, okay? And here is the 7.25th thing that I recommend. And I sort of mentioned this earlier, but smile on your essays, all right? Smile on your essays. What's up, Katriva? Smile on your essays. Real people with real emotions are reading them, okay? I remember earlier when I was talking about, it wasn't bringing your personality, about sharing your story, or let them see the real you. That's also a part of this essay. Smile on your essays. Smile on your essays. Here's what I mean. You ever read a book or watched a movie, and when you read it or watched the movie, it took your emotions down this way, right? and it might have been a sob story. When you write your essays, and I think I'm going to talk about essays next week, all right? When you write your essays, you don't want to keep them down here, right? You want to bring up your energy in those essays where people are smiling when they read your essays. And when you read the essays, emotionally, it takes a person from here down to here up to here. Okay? And the best way I know how to communicate that is to smile on your essays. What's up, Carissa? What's up going on? Julian says here, sometimes scholarships you want to apply for have requirements such as a resume. Okay? So, Julian, when you say resume, what does that mean? All right. If you're in school, right, they want to see some of the things that you've done. All right. If you're in college, they want to see some of the things that you've done. This is why I always recommend for people to get involved in two types of organizations, right? Whether you're in high school or college. There are two types of extracurricular activities everybody should participate in. Number one, participate in an activity or organization that's wrapped around your interest. Let's say, for example, if you want to go into chemistry, the chemistry club, the American Chemical Society, the science group, right? You get involved in one of those. So that's one type of activity. And then secondly, you want to get involved in something wrapped around your interest. Maybe it's music, maybe it's sports, maybe you do hair on the side, maybe you do something else, right? And there's a student activity on your high school campus or your college campus. Get involved in those things, because now you can put that on your resume, or you can put those in your essays or in your applications to now show individuals what you've done while you've been matriculating through the education system, right? As you've been going through high school and college, show them that. That's why extracurricular activities are so important. And remember this, only one game in life counts, and that's your A game. Love you guys. I'll see you guys very soon. Bye-bye.